Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a base and brows video because I always skip this in my tutorials because it will make them so long. So here you have how I do my base and brows. I hope you'll enjoy. If you want to see how I do it, please keep on watching. Okay, so let's start out with brows. I go a little bit back and forth between NYX's brow pomade and Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade, but I am always a big fan of Anastasia Beverly Hills' brow pomade. It is so well made, and if I have a hard time doing my brows, I always go back to this because I know it'll work. So I'm gonna start out with the color Taupe, or however you say it, and I'm gonna use NYX's brow, what's it called? The brush is called 18, NYX's 18 brush, which has a little spoolie on one end and just a angled brush on the other. So I'm just gonna comb them through first. Then I'm just dipping my brush into the brow pomade. You can see I've used this a lot. So what I want to do now is I want to first create a line underneath the brow and then brush a little bit upwards and then create a line over the brow. And I don't go for extremely natural brows that often, so this is going to be a little bit on the heavier side because that's how I like them. Then I'm going to create the tail. And don't worry if it doesn't look too perfect, we're gonna go in and use some concealer to clean it up afterwards. Now I'm just creating the line over the brow. And I'm not going too far into this section, I'm just brushing a little bit up to get it looking a bit more full. Just be less heavy on the inside of the brow because it can look a little bit blocky as you go. So what I'm gonna do is take the spoolie now and brush through the brow like this. Then we're just gonna go in with some concealer on a flat eyeshadow brush and clean up the brow. Just blend it out with your finger. And that is the brows done. Let's move on to my face routine. So what I will normally do is not apply a primer because in my videos I do the makeup and after I'm done filming and taking pictures of it, I will go straight out and clean off my face and let it breathe. But today, because I want to show you what I do on an everyday basis, on a normal basis, if I'm going somewhere and I want to wear makeup, I apply primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this, which is the NYX, let's see if it wanna focus, NYX Shine Killer Primer. Okay, so a good thing to know whenever you're picking out primers and foundations and concealers and anything you put on your skin basically is to know whatever skin type you have. You can have oily, you can have dry, you can have combined, you can have normal skin. I have normal, but I think a lot of people don't know, and I didn't know until like a few months ago when one of my really amazing friends told me, because she really knows what she's talking about, and she said I had normal, maybe a bit dehydrated skin, and it's so helpful because then you know what to put on your skin for it to look as best as possible. Okay, so now let's just jump into what products I use and how I use them. So what I like to do is not apply a massive amount of foundation. I'm not that big of a fan of foundation. So what I will normally do is take my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and because I am the palest person on earth, I will mix it in with my MAC Studio Face and Body Foundation in white, because I am extremely pale. If you are as pale as I am, and you need a white foundation and you want it to be really good coverage, I would not suggest this one. I would more likely go for Illamasqua's Skin Base Foundation in white. I had that before this one, but I wanted to try this one out to see if it will work. It works for me, but it might not for everyone because it is really liquidy. But let's jump into it. Now I'm just going to take my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer and do one pump on the back of my hand. And then I'm taking the white foundation and adding a couple of drops. Then I'm just taking actually an eyeshadow brush, which is pretty fluffy and dense, and I'm mixing the two things together. Then I'm gonna start adding it underneath my eyes and on any pimples and areas that are red and needs a little bit of coverage. Then I'm just going to take my finger and blend it out. And then I'm just going to take my setting powder and setting the entire thing. And that is it for my base and my brows. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe down below for future videos, and always remember to be yourself and stand out. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.